Yo, what is good, Knicks Nation? Welcome back to Knicks Media. This is Richie, and in this video, I want to give you guys my recap to the Knicks and Warriors game that just got wrapped up. Congratulations to Steph Curry for becoming the all-time leader in three-point field goals made. That was a pretty insane, accolade that had happened. Of course, it had happened against the Knicks in Madison Square Garden. I definitely had to start off the video congratulating Steph Curry because he's an all-time great, and I really appreciate all the greats that I get to witness in my lifetime. So shout out to Steph Curry. But in this game, guys, we were down a lot of people. As we know, we got a lot of players on the COVID list, including RJ Barrett, Obi Toppin, and Quentin Grimes. So we're 3 men down, and we got a really interesting rotation from Tom Thibodeau tonight. Rookie Deuce McBride actually got some real-time minutes for the first time this year, and he looked really damn good. But of course, the Knicks fell short to the Warriors, 105-96. But not gonna lie, going into this game, I expected the Knicks to lose by way more. And I'm not here to say I'm happy with the Knicks because they lost and they competed against a good Warriors team, and we're down a lot of players. A loss sucks no matter how you get it. But to be honest, I feel like this game could help out the Knicks going forward, because if you look at the schedule now, it really gets easy. And I don't want to say it's an easy schedule, because anybody you verse in the NBA is, it's not easy to win in this league. As we can tell, the Knicks are losers of they lost 8 of the last 9 games or something crazy like that. They're in a crazy funk. But a big positive that I took away from this game is Julius Randle, because in that second half, he really flipped on another gear, and he looked like the Julius Randle of last year. Unfortunately for him, nobody else around him had any type of rhythm. Derrick Rose started off the game hot, but then he got ice cold throughout the rest of the game. Manu quickly was streaky. He didn't really have the greatest night in terms of efficiency. Kevin Knox, he definitely deserves more minutes in my opinion. He's definitely looking like a guy that can shoot the ball from downtown at an efficient clip. Alec Burks was way off all night, but congratulations to him with his newborn son. Maybe that had something to do with it. But Julius Randle had one of his, best games in terms of, shooting the ball from the perimeter, and I feel like that's a really good sign for Julius Randle, and hopefully that can carry over for the rest of the, couple of weeks ahead, because the Knicks have dug themselves into a deep hole. We're now 12-16, I believe. 4 games under 500. Absolutely terrible situation the Knicks are in right now. But going into this game, guys, not going to lie, knowing who's out in RJ, Obi, and Grimes, I expected the Warriors to just completely blow us out. I mean, they're the best team in the NBA. Steph Curry's 2 3-pointers shy of the record. I honestly was turning on the TV with the most pessimistic mindset, all right, here we go. But the Knicks held their ground all game long. They stayed toe-to-toe with them. Unfortunately, the Warriors got hot right at the end of the fourth quarter, and the Knicks just cannot keep up with them. I love that Tom Thibodeau gave Deuce a lot of minutes in crunch time. He trusted him. He showed a lot of promise, in my opinion. I feel like Deuce deserves more minutes. So my biggest takeaways from today's game, guys, is Julius Randle, number one. Obviously, he's been a terrible funk as of late. He's not playing like Julius Randle of last year that we remembered and fell in love with. He looks like a little, not aggressive at times, but tonight he was really aggressive. He started off the first half really slow. I think he was 3 of 10 to start off, but then that third quarter he took over the game and he finished shooting 10 of 21 from the field. So he had 31 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, 5 of 8 from downtown. This is the type of Julius Randle we need to see. My take on Julius Randle this year is he's really struggling to find the balance of being aggressive and shooting the ball and scoring, and being a facilitator. And I feel like Randle is way better when he becomes an aggressive scorer. Whenever he tries to be a playmaker, he seems to be a little too passive. And even tonight, honestly, he was passing up some open shots. And I'm like, yo, Randle, shoot the ball. I trust you shooting the ball if you just get out of this funk. And luckily, he really gained some confidence in that second half. And if he can carry that over to the next couple of games, that'll be big for this team. But a big-time negative in this game, guys, is for sure Evan Fournier, 28 minutes and 2 points. He has been a big-time disappointment. He was a big free agent signing for the Knicks this offseason, and he replaced Reggie Bullock. And if you guys remember last year, Reggie Bullock and Julius Randle had a really good 2-man game, and that had a lot to do with Julius Randle becoming an all-star and everything that we saw last year. This year, I don't see the good chemistry between Evan Fournier and Randle. They do the handoff, they do the 2-man game, but it's not as fluid. It's not, really good. And Evan Fournier is not hitting his shots. You're asked to do one thing, Evan Fournier, and that's hit your open shots, and he's not doing that. He lacks defensive energy. I feel like he was on the floor a little too much for my liking, and obviously he did not deserve any fourth quarter minutes, and that's exactly what happened. But he was on the floor in the third quarter for way too many times, in my opinion, way too many minutes. He doesn't even deserve to play 28 minutes. But at the same time, Evan Fournier needs to wake up. He showed flashes this year of what he looks like when he's hot, especially on opening night against the Celtics and another couple games, but it was very inconsistent. He's only had 2 or 3 flashes. Other than that, Evan Fournier has not been looking good, and he's a big-time factor in the Knicks' success this year. So hopefully he can turn things around. I'm not too sure what's happening with Evan Fournier, but he's a big-time negative in tonight's game and throughout the entire season, to be honest. D Rose, he started off really well. I think he was like 5 of 5, and then he got ice cold. He finished with 15 points, 6 assists, 4 rebounds. He started in place of Quentin Grimes tonight because, as we know, Quentin Grimes started Sunday before he went on the COVID list. Alec Burks, he had 14 points, 4 assists, 4 of 15 from the field, 2 of 10 from downtown. So he was just ice cold from the three-point land. Nerlens Noel had a really good game defensively. He had 3 points, 7 rebounds, 3 blocks, and a steal. And then off the bench, Immanuel Quickley, very inefficient night for him. 3 of 12 with 12 points, 1 steal, 2 of 9 from downtown. I feel like he was a big-time miss tonight. If Immanuel Quickley was hot, like he, when we see all the crazy the crazy three-point jump shots that Immanuel Quickley can hit, when he gets hot, he's a big-time spark off the bench, and I feel like the Knicks were missing that energy from Quickley tonight in terms of just hitting his shots. He was doing a lot of other things great. He was driving to the paint. He was going to the foul line. He was facilitating. He was playing good defense, but Quickley shots were just not falling, and I feel like that was a big-time miss for the Knicks because nobody else was doing anything besides Randle in that second half, and that's why we were unable to get the victory. And then Kevin Knox, in his second time getting meaningful minutes off the bench with Obi Toppin on the COVID protocol list, he had 9 points, 7 rebounds, 2 of 4 from the field. He had 2 3-pointers and a steal. Kevin Knox is looking like a guy that deserves minutes, and he's filling in for Obi Toppin pretty well. Obviously, Knox and Obi do not have the same play style whatsoever. Knox is more of a 3-point jump shot guy. Obi's a guy that attacks the paint. But I'm really impressed with Kevin Knox. I've always been a Knox fan. I always rooted for him and want him to really prove to be a guy that can get minutes on this team. And now he has a perfect opportunity with all the players out with COVID. So hopefully Knox can continue to take advantage of opportunities. And then Miles McBride, Deuce, he looked good tonight, man. He comes in the game. He's fearless, man. The one thing that I noticed about Deuce is he has a swagger to him. He's not afraid of the big moment. It's Steph Curry night at the Garden. He doesn't care. He's guarding him up close. He is trying to size people up, step back threes. He's going to the paint. He's attacking. He's not afraid. And I feel like that's something. We got something in Deuce. We also got something in Grimes. Unfortunately, we couldn't see him tonight. And we all know what Quentin Grimes did on Sunday. That was pretty remarkable what he did. He is now the rookie leader for all time for the Knicks, having 7 3-pointers made in one game. But Deuce really looks like a guy that has a fearless mindset that deserves minutes, in my opinion. And I love his defense, and I love his fearlessness on offense for sure. And then Mitchell Robinson, he didn't really do that much tonight. 14 minutes, had 2 points and 2 rebounds and a block. But overall, guys, we were down so many players going up against one of the best teams in the Warriors, and of course it's the Steph Curry night. He was 2 3-pointers shy of the record. He gets in the first quarter. Everyone at the Garden's waiting for it to happen. The Knicks are shorthanded. I did not expect a victory tonight, but I did want to see a competitive outing from the Knicks. That's exactly what we saw, and luckily Julius Randle actually looks like he's getting out of his funk from the perimeter, because when Randle's hot from downtown, that completely changes his game. So hopefully he can really, get some building blocks, and Julius Randle can be back to his old self last year, because we miss him. We're missing that Randle from last year. So guys, please feel free to comment down below your thoughts about the game. Obviously disappointed we got a loss. We're not looking good right now, but hopefully we can take advantage of the stretch of games coming up. Like the video if you guys enjoyed, and don't forget to comment your thoughts. Hope you guys have a fantastic night, and let's go Knicks. Peace.